Google has made a change that will affect traditional SEO. But in this video, I'll tell you how important SEO really is and how to use it for the most benefits in 2024. I'll provide you the benefits, the potential ROI, why you should start now instead of later down the line, and more tactics and more tips to help you rank higher on Google. If you're clicking on this video, you probably know what SEO is. But in short, it's a way to optimize your website to help you rank higher on Google so more people see it. And of course, the more people that see it, the better it does, the more conversions you get, and the better your business operates and grows. So here are 3 benefits to investing in SEO. Of course, the main one is increased visibility. Less than 1% of people click on the second page of a Google search. If you're not ranking and not doing any SEO for your business, there is basically no chance of your page being seen. So if you do SEO, there is a higher chance of you getting on that first page and more people seeing what you do. The second benefit is a better user experience. And it's not just about what you publish, it's how you publish it. And this is all to do with Google switching to a mobile first index. That means they judge the performance and the content on a mobile first and then website, all because of the transition that mobile is used more compared to desktop. And making sure your website is optimized for mobile use is more important than desktop. If the text doesn't fit on a page, or if there are images that are not optimized, this will have such a big impact on your SEO, and you might be doing all the other right things, but because it's not optimized for mobile, it just simply won't rank on Google. It's sometimes better to create a design for mobile first and then do it for desktop, because then you can make changes on the desktop version and not have any effect on the mobile version, which is key. And the third benefit is cost saving. It's very easy to judge how well you're performing if you do PPC, pay-per-click advertising. It's very easy to compare the traffic metrics. You can look at the SEO, see where you're ranking, see your content score, see how many clicks you're getting, and then compare it to your PPC ad, which is ranking higher, but you're obviously paying for it. You're able to compare these both numbers and see which one is performing better. And as always, SEO is a long-term investment, so you might not see it straight away. But after 6 months, that's where the key results come in. And one key fact here, 70% of users on Google say they prefer to click on organic search results instead of paid because they see them as more trustworthy. So if you're just doing paid ads and your website is not seen, it seems like more of a scam and more of a risk. Whereas if you're ranking higher on SEO, it looks like you are the person to be with and you're the most trustworthy and the most reliable. So now the reason why you should start SEO now instead of delaying it to the future and expecting something straight away. As we all know, it takes time, and it takes a lot of time, and it's never predictable. But it's a process which you can start now, start optimizing, start refreshing your content, updating your keywords, evolving your user process. If you do that now, you can perfect it for later when, for example, landscapers have a higher peak in the summer because the weather's better, people want to update their gardens and so on. So if you started that in the summer, you'd be wasting so much time because you would only get it optimized for the winter. Whereas if you start optimizing it now, you'll be ready for the summer and be ranking #1 in your local area. And as most people know, most SEO experts, they say it takes 6 to 12 months to rank your page or start seeing great results. And that is mainly to do with Google and crawling and indexing your page. These are more technical terms, but if you are interested, there is plenty of articles to find about this information. I'm not going to go into it now. And again, to do with content, you're always competing against other websites. So they're going to be updating their content, they're going to be updating their keywords and information on their website. So if you're not doing it now, you're going to be falling another step behind because they've been doing all the grunt work behind that and building a strong foundation. With their pages being indexed and crawled, Google will just recognize that this is the page that other people need to see and we should rank them first. So now the potential ROI from SEO. And one of the biggest criticisms for SEO, which is seen everywhere, is that it's very difficult to track the ROI. How can you tell if it's performing well compared to PPC, for example? You could be investing months and months into SEO and not seeing any results, but then from PPC you see a great result. But like I said, it's a long-term game. And it's so hard to put your trust into something that you don't know will work or how long it will take. But if you're an agency yourself, like I am, we have now worked with clients for over 6 months and we can prove the results. We have proof to show that after 6 months, this is where they're ranking, and you can see the amount of progress we've made because they stuck with us. If they stopped after 3 months, they might not have gotten anywhere and they would have felt like they wasted their money. But that is not the case. It just takes time to build up the content, build up the proof that Google wants to see. And that's why sometimes the SEO cost is quite high, because some people don't understand all the work that goes in behind. Creating the backlinks, creating the content, on-page SEO, off-page SEO. All these things are factored in, which people don't actually realize and understand. So it is your job as an agency owner to put that across and say, it's not just adding a keyword and hoping for the best. No, there is so much work that goes in behind which you don't see, but you still expect results. So the cost also just depends on many different things. 1, the volume of content you're outputting. 2, the industry, so your products or your services. It all depends on the competition that you have in your industry. 3, obviously who you hire. You could do it in-house, having someone constantly doing it every single day, every single week, every single month, putting in that work to optimize your page. Or you could hire freelancers or other agencies that do the job for you and keep a tab of results and constantly keep you updated on how it's going. And then 4th is obviously your goals as a company. If you want quick results, yes, it might be PPC. If you want quick clients to try and get through the door, but again, that depends on your landing page for your PPC. All these different factors, which you might not be prepared for. You might do a rubbish job and then you wasted more money on PPC. So everything has to be done well in order for that to work. And then you also have to consider the tools that you use. Again, this is dependent on if you use in-house. They'll require different softwares to make sure the content is optimized. You might need copywriters for the blog content. Think about how many things I've just said and how many people are involved. So for example, creating a landing page or a website, then hiring someone to do SEO, then you've got the blog content. That is a lot of work that has to go in for something that seems so small and to expect results straight away. You need to think about it logically and have this explanation ready. So now I'm going to give you 5 objections that most people have about SEO. The first one being it's too expensive. Yes, it's a monthly cost that you have to always consider. But is it worth the investment? Of course. It's more than just about traffic and where your page ranks. As we've already established, it builds trustworthiness with customers. And if they see you instead of paid ads, they're more likely to click on you. The second objection is that the results take too long. And yes, that is true, but this is a long-term growth strategy which you need to be committed to. If you dip your feet in and take out straight away, you're going to think it's a waste of money, it's too long, you're never going to do it again. But you need to understand that it takes time, but once it does work out, then it really does perform well. And to rank higher on Google, there's nothing else you can do. Yes, you've got paid ads, but to be organic, there is simply nothing else you can do. And this is a famous saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. This is the game, you need to play it and be in it for the long haul. The third objection is SEO people using shady tactics. And that could be just creating backlinks on any sort of website, which does mess up your SEO. So you need to be careful with that. Google's algorithms are very great at picking up backlinks which are not associated black hat techniques. And you need to be looking for white hat techniques, which are organic, good content related to your website. This is the key part. We need to do your own research to make sure you're sticking with the right people, you understand what they're doing, having a bit of knowledge of SEO and thinking, okay, I need to do this properly instead of the cheap way, which won't actually help me. And that's why you sometimes pay more for the actual service, because the cheaper service tries to take shortcuts, and shortcuts never work in SEO. The fourth one is I want to do it myself. You might hear people say, I'd rather do SEO by myself and not pay that money. That's fair enough, but you know in your heart, if you're trying to sell that service, that they're not going to be doing the best job that they can. Yes, they can do the foundation works and like the simple stuff, but to create backlinks takes a long time. To create content which is optimizing, including loads of keywords for search engines, again, takes time. Constantly updating your page when you've got a business to run, again, takes time. So sometimes it's better to pay those people that bit extra, but you know they're going to do a better job than you, and you can focus on your own business and expect results in, like we said, 6 to 12 months. And the fifth objection is that SEO seems like too much to manage. And yes, that's fair enough. I've mentioned it throughout this whole video. There is a lot that goes into it. And it goes back to the fourth objection. Sometimes it's better to offload that kind of grunt work task to someone else who knows what they're doing. You know that they do a proper job, and who knows, after 6 months, you might pick the wrong freelancer. That does happen. Even with our agency, we've had to go through different freelancers with SEO until we found the perfect one. And once we found the perfect one, we realized how much better they are than compared to other freelancers. And that's the case sometimes. You need to do your research. You need to see what kind of results they offer, what kind of reports they provide you. Again, a lot goes into it, but as soon as you start working with someone, they can do the rest of the job for you and start ranking you higher on the first page. And right before I tell you if it's worth it to do SEO in 2024, I'll give you 3 tactics to invest in to help with your website right now. The first one is page speed, and again, that's associated with performance. The second one is relevant content. So for example, for our loft conversion company right now, we are creating content which is relevant to them, associating them with keywords, which are highlighted on their website throughout, their services and what they do. And the final thing, if you haven't done this already for your website, is the technical SEO. So this is creating an XML sitemap, using a clear URL, making it as short as possible, because it's easier for people to find. If it's a long URL, they're not going to search for it. It's less likely to be seen, and Google does not like it. And finally, adding a breadcrumb trail. And this just simply means that you show your subdomains which fit in with your website and how they're all linked together. So the final question, is it worth it to do SEO in 2024? There is no doubt it's complex, time-consuming, expensive, and an ongoing process. But is it worth the investment in 2024? 100%. People who have done SEO have seen a boost in their website performance, attracting up to 10 times more visitors to their website. And of course, in turn, that means generating more leads and more conversions for your business. And that's why so many directors and company owners are continuing to invest in SEO, even if they've done it for 12 months, because they've seen a return on the investment they have dedicated their time to doing. And I just want to say one final thing. Remember, it's a long-term investment. You can't expect immediate results, but to get the maximum benefit, be sure to take advantage of all the tools available to you. And just do your research, find the best partners for you to work with. So I hope this video gave you a great insight into if SEO is actually worth it. I personally think it's great. We are still going to do it for all our clients, doing it ourselves. And it's a great tool to have. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week.